Greetings, friends. There's a lot of activity at these fields today. I will try to get you an update in before I get run off for a soccer game or something like that. But I wanted to be out in the sun today since it's actually sunny here. I hope the wind is not overpowering my microphone, and I hope you can hear me. I got to make sure I don't get kids in the background. Let's see here. Maybe I can turn towards the tree a little bit. There we go. That probably also takes the microphone reflection off of me, so that's good. What has happened since we talked last? I don't remember what day it was, but I was telling you about my future plans, and they are pretty much still the same. I haven't even put in for another job application. I've thought of a few I might enjoy, but then I think the opportunity cost would take me away from the preparation. I have gotten word, well, I talked to my landlord Mother's Day, called to wish her Happy Mother's Day, and it sounds like they will be heading this direction on about the 12th, which is the day I'm going to Tangier Island for a day trip. It should be very nice. It's a 55 plus thing out of the next county up. But anybody can go after the first 3 days of sign-ups. So anyway, a friend I met on the first little nature hike I went to was going, and she invited me, and I thought it was a little bit expensive, but what isn't expensive these days? So sure, I'll go. I've never been to Tangier Island, and who wants to pass up a crab cake and a boat ride across the Chesapeake Bay for an hour and a half? So today is Tuesday. I finally got in touch with the tour company. The one person, or maybe more than one, but I was told to talk to her, and every time I called, they said I should talk to her. Anyway, she finally answered today, or called me back, I should say. She was on the phone when I called. But now I am booked to take a trip. I have to be in Manassas, which is about 30 minutes north of here. And I got kids playing behind me now. No, Mommy, they can't come up here. I'm trying to do something. But anyway, Manassas is about 30 minutes, and the bus departs at 5:45 a.m. Yes, you heard that right. I willingly signed up to go on a trip that leaves, which I'll need to leave the house by probably 5 a.m. Not generally what I do, but oh well, it'll be fun. And like my friend said, she's really excited about seeing the water, and so am I. It's been a long time basically since I moved to Texas, since I've been on anything close to an ocean. And no, the Chesapeake Bay is not an ocean, but it's attached to one. That's a whole lot closer than anything I've been at in Texas. But what's happened with me in the meanwhile? Sunday night, I went in and met my mother for a Mother's Day dinner with my sister, who's also a mother, and her daughter, who's also a mother. So there was 9 of us all together. We went to an Olive Garden, and yeah, there was an hour plus wait to get in, but then the service was fairly good. I just stuck with the soup and salad and no salad, so just soup and breadsticks. And then last night I went in for the regular game night, and if you follow me on social media, you saw I was stuck in a 57-minute traffic delay on my 45-minute drive, which is only about 40 minutes coming out at 10 o'clock at night. So yes, that was a significant delay. It's a good thing I left at 2:30 to be at a 5 o'clock dinner. I was only like 5 minutes late, and that's because I actually got out of the tie-up, and it was only, I think, 3:45 when I got to the gym. So I said, oh, I can get in the hot tub for 15 minutes. Unfortunately, my yearly membership had expired, I think on the 1st of May. And since it's not real close, I don't get there very often, so I had to stop and update the membership, pay for the next year, then get in, get changed. So then a elderly man, mid-70s, from Iran started talking to me in the hot tub. I'm like, why does somebody got to talk to me every time I sit down in this thing? I kind of like it sometimes, but oftentimes I just want to sit there and relax, which here, I'm actually sitting on one of the fields at what they call the Wharf, Warrenton Area Recreation Facility, and this is what they call the Warrenton Sports Complex. It's 7 what I would call soccer fields. they call them 7 rectangle fields with paved trails around it. So I'm on a picnic bench out here in the sun. I've already been to Planet Fitness today and did my indoor tanning. Now I'm doing some outdoor tanning to get that vitamin D boosted. What else did I do today? I finished planting the bulbs, the tulip bulbs that my mother had been given for something early in Easter, I think. One of my nieces, so one of her grandchildren, gave her 6 very dark purple tulips. I told her once they died off I would take them and plant them. So I asked the landlord if she wanted them here at the farm. She said the deer or the squirrels would eat the bulbs at the farm, so to plant them at the townhouse. So it's taken me several weeks to actually get enough sunny days that I had time to get them actually planted. So I got 3 planted a week or so ago, and I got the final 3 planted today, which actually turned out to 6 each time because they all had little baby bulbs with them. So I'm hoping the little baby bulbs will also come up next year. That would give me 12 deep purple tulip blooms to take in to mother, and then the neighbors will enjoy them also. And then I got my, I went to tan this morning. I try to get the tanning done early when I get up early. Since I had that bad allergy attack, a week or so ago, and they gave me a prescription for it, I've been sleeping a lot longer, probably better. They make me a little bit groggy, so some days I don't actually wake up till 1. Of course, I go to bed at like 2 or 3, so it's still not an enormous amount of sleep. I am working on that, and I have to meet them at Tangier, to go to Tangier, like I said, at like 5:45 in the morning. I'm gonna pause this and get a drink. It is actually like 70 degrees here today. I got a kick out of my 90-some-year-old neighbor who was out with her electric rechargeable mower and a sweatshirt on to mow her grass. She's probably horribly afraid of the sun. At 93 or whatever she is, I wouldn't think skin cancer would be her biggest concern at this point. But if she's been raised that way, and as I've spoken in other videos, I don't worry about skin cancer. I'm more concerned about the vitamin D and the nitric oxide you get from getting the sun. But if she's made it to 93, she's doing something right. Maybe I should do an interview of her to ask her what she did to get to 93. And if it means covering up when you mow your grass with your little electric push mower. I mean, in a townhouse, it takes 5 minutes to mow your grass. I probably should offer to do it for her, but these allergies just really don't allow me to mow grass, and it really even kind of bothers me when somebody around the neighborhood is doing it. But if necessary, I will offer to do it for her. And this field is starting to get a few people. But anyway, I did get I went to the tan, then I walked down to the Safeway, see if they had any Mother's Day candy on half price. Fortunately for me, they didn't, but a lady was emptying out boxes of live plants, and I saw her starting to drag the boxes to the back. Are you getting rid of throwing those away? Yes. Can I have them? Oh, sure. And so as I'm going through the checkout line, the lady goes, "Are you moving?" I said, "No. I actually saw a YouTube that showed me how to make boxes into raised gardens. So I now have 3 fairly good sized boxes that I won't have to bend over too far to grow vegetables on out at the farm, probably starting next week. We'll see. They should get here. My upstairs neighbor and the landlord that sometimes live on the 3rd floor but also lives out at the farm. So I may be out at the farm after game night next Monday night. But I'm preparing to plant stuff out there. And part of that was transplanting the 20 seed sprouts I had from the tomato I rooted starting a couple weeks ago, and I was realizing they were running out of food. So I put them in a box I got 6 fresh green beans at Safeway this morning. And I had bought a squash and pulled the seeds out last week, so they were kind of dried. I dried them out. I planted them in the pot I took the tomatoes out of, and I planted the tomatoes and the green string beans in a box from Aldi, because I heard that, well, of course, green beans are a legume, therefore they put nitrogen back into the ground. And what do tomatoes love? They are very nitrogen hungry. And apparently both of them are very, like a lot of water. So I heard you can grow them together, so that was my first attempt. we'll see if the beans sprout in 7-10 days. Then I'll move them out to the farm. And hopefully I didn't bury the tomatoes too deep that they won't grow up. But that was basically my day today. I trimmed some of the plants back so I could walk down the steps without getting a haircut from the bushes, or the trees, I guess. And then I trimmed up some stuff so I could get to the ground to plant the bulbs, the tulip bulbs. So anyway, I'm making progress, getting my green thumb, going back, enjoying the sun. I'm actually 34 miles, well, I don't know about exactly, but the sign right before I turned in said 34 miles to Skyline Drive, which is the northern terminus of Shenandoah National Park. So one of these days I'm just going to jump in the car and drive out there. I think Judy might be interested in going with me, so I'll have to get Dr. Mabry to send me a note so I can get a disability pass from the Park Service. And I got a couple of young ladies running by. So that's probably a good time to wrap this up. This is getting kind of crazy out here. Talk to y'all soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.